reflect on 50 years back. You can think about technology. You can think a lot about the people, which definitely are the foundation, and I'll talk about that later on. But I do think the key ingredients were leadership, education, and partnerships. If you think about it, we had a leader then who had a vision, and we had a leadership team that had a vision for the agency to the moon and to Mars. When you think about Wernher von Braun, who himself was a director, if you didn't know that, and you think about the conference is named for him, you know, you think about what he thought about, and you thought about how he was such a master architect at having the vision and having the nation behind him, and having President Kennedy also being an inspiring leader that also made a difference. And you know, you also think about their vision and their understanding of the importance of the education system and investing in education all across the nation. You know, when you think about where we're sitting today, this beautiful campus, you know, it's been on the forefront of American leadership in space since the beginning of the space program. And UAH, under great leadership, still leads the way on building its legacy, not only for technology, space policy, but also space entrepreneurship. And when you think about the partnerships with agency, industry, large and small, all with one goal of landing on the moon. You know, you think about the community, you think about the enthusiast, and the enthusiast that keeps growing, that continues to grow, even today. So what do I think American leadership looks like today? You know, I would argue it has a lot of the same principles. Leadership is key, education is key, and partnerships is key. But I have to admit, it does look in many ways, our partnerships, how we educate, how we do things, is completely different than we did 50, 60 years ago. You know, when we think about our nation as a whole, you know, we're guided by a Space Policy Directive #1, which is near and dear to our hearts at NASA, which definitely directs our administrator to develop a sustainable plan for exploration that includes the private sector and return to the moon. You know, this puts NASA in the forefront of the global effort to advance humanity's future in space. And you think about what it includes. You think about the future of what we'll be seeing, what will we be experiencing in the next 50 years.